Hello everybody, Steve Griffiths here, developer of the MTPredictor software program. In today's MTPredictor video, I'd like to have a look at a Forex example on the Euro-Canadian dollar using our scripts in TradingView. But first we start with our risk disclaimer and just remind you that all examples in these videos should be considered as hypothetical. No trades are actually taken, they're just shown for illustration and trading purposes only. Remind you there's a risk of loss in trading and investing, or put another way, all professional traders accept, but more importantly know and understand that losses can and will happen. It doesn't matter what trading approach you take, there always will be losing trades. Right, this is the example I want to look at in the Euro-Canadian dollar on a 4-hourly chart. This TS4 cell. This is our new MTPredictor scripts for TradingView. For those of you who are new to MTPredictor, I just want to stress right at the start that MTPredictor is not a black box system. Although we have automatic setups in our charts, we do not take all of these blindly as if it's a mechanical system, perhaps in the direction of our MTP trend color, which is red for down, black for in the process of making a reversal, or blue for up. We don't do this because we know and understand that markets are random half the time. So basically 50% of the time, or slightly more, you can't get any discernible clear pattern, therefore you shouldn't be doing any kind of analysis at all. So how do we decide well the picture is clear? Well, for this we go to a higher time frame chart. So if you're trading on a 4-hourly chart, the next obvious time frame up is the daily. If you're say trading on a 3-minute chart, the next time frame up would be the 15-minute. If you say trading on daily charts, the next time frame up would be the weekly. So a time frame between 3 and 5 time frames higher. I just want to use the bar replay here and go back in a little bit of time on this daily chart and show you how we decide when the picture is clear. For this, we use our decision point tool. This is our decision point tool here. We then look to place our decision points on previous swing highs and lows to then project in advance areas of support and resistance. So if I double click on this, that's the pivot we're looking to go off there. So that would be a pivot 1 back. So I'm going to do pivots back. 1 pivot back, place the DP on. Can you see how it's on the chart in advance? This is the important thing. They're leading indicators. They're there out there in advance to get you ready for potential support or resistance areas. I'm just going to place a rectangle around this so it can stay on the chart as we change time frames. We don't want the script to recalculate. I'm just going to perhaps put a comment in there. Just so we know what it is. It's our daily DP resistance. There it is on the chart there for us. I'm now going to lock it so it stays there and we don't accidentally move it. Just going to take that DP off so it doesn't recalculate when we change time frames. So can you see that? How it's on the chart in advance is before the market even gets there. It's ready for you. Let's turn training mode off and let's see what happened. Well, as you can see, the Euro-Canadian dollar went up to that level and made a reversal. In other words, it did what we anticipate. So now if we go down to our shorter time frame chart, the 4-hourly chart, let's see how this looks like on our 4-hourly chart. I'm just going to move that across so it's not quite in the way, then relock it again. So can you see what happened? The market came up, it made a reversal at our anticipated level. In other words, the market is doing what we anticipate. When the market is doing what we anticipate, we deem the picture to be clear. So after this, we deem that the resistance has come in, therefore the large trend has turned down. This is confirmed by our MTP trend indicator. In other words, the two things are telling you the same thing. Blue was up into that high, grey was in the process of making a reversal, and now the indicator has turned red. In other words, telling you that the large trend is down. So when this tells you the same as your higher time frame support and resistance levels using your DPs, you have confidence that the picture is clear and therefore the large trend is down. As such, you should be looking for sell setups. And as you can see, this is when our TS4 sell setup arrived here. So this one would be a good trade to consider. Let's now click on our trade setups to place the analysis on that. At the time, that would have been the last pivot, because obviously when the market was there, that would have been the last pivot. But now it's 1 pivot back, pivots back, 1 pivot back. we're also one bar after the reversal high. Can you see that pivot there, the reversal high is on a grey bar. A grey bar means they're neutral and therefore you can't do any analysis on them. Then the actual setup trigger came on the red MTPredictor reversal bar, which was the next bar, so we're actually offsetting it by one bar after the high of that pivot. So if I now place the analysis on, this then would have given you the amount to go short and your entry level and also your stop trigger level. I'm just going to move this across a bit just so it cleans it up ever so slightly, just makes it a little bit easier to read. And as you can see, the market has now gone down nicely. So it took you into a short trade here. It did go up and it didn't quite stop you out there. If I do the data window, can you see that the protective stop was at 37.80? If I go onto that bar, the high was 73.77. So it was almost stopped out, but not quite. So just to see if you were worrying about that. So it wasn't actually stopped out. So the market then went down. It then went down and came to your first target there, which was a projected profit of approximately 3.8R or 3.8 times the initial risk. So this is what we're looking for with our MTPredictor setups. We're looking for, first and foremost, the market to make reversals off our higher time frame support and resistance levels. This then deems that the pictures become clear. We're then looking for the market to move in our anticipated direction. That's why, can you see there's a history triangle there, that little green triangle there is a buy setup. You wouldn't want to be taking that, you'd be avoiding it because the larger trend is down off this resistance area. Our MTP trend helped confirm that, so the two things are telling you the same thing, therefore you should be looking for short trades. And as you can see, this TS4 sell setup came up and actually gave you a potential support trade. A potential short trade. The market has now declined down and reached the first profit target here, where a nice profit of, not just in dollars, remember we're not interested in what the dollar profit is, whatever currency you're trading, we're interested in risk reward, because when losses come through, and they will, the loss will be kept small here at -1R. This is why we use position sizing. In other words, the losses are -1R and we're looking to have profits that are larger, not just in dollars, but larger in risk reward units. So here this profit would be almost 4 times greater than the loss as they come through. In other words, the risk reward is 3.8R or just under 4 times greater than the initial risk required to take the trade. This is what we're looking for in good trade setups to consider when you're looking for using MTPredictor. And as you can see, this is a very good example that's turned out well using our scripts on TradingView. By the way, if you were using TradingView, what you could do is you could set up an alert like this. So you can set up as many alerts as your TradingView subscription allows. And you could actually have an alert running here. You can see I have some alerts set up for the shorter term USE minis. These aren't running at the moment, but you can turn them on to run. So you can actually set up alerts to follow multiple markets and multiple time frames to alert you when the MTPredictor setups come up. Just a little tip there as the last part of the video. So I hope you've enjoyed today's video showing a good trade setup on a Forex example on our new scripts for TradingView.